Good luck.
All right, howdy. We are going to be building our pre-release Theros Beyond Death decks on YouTube tonight. On this side, I don't have my name played out, but this is Two Soup for You, otherwise known as Jimmy. And over here, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
I'm Jovan. Nice to meet you guys.
All right. Yeah. Both got. So I got a Perforos's Intervention for my promo.
And I got Ox of Agonist.
Honestly, okay.
It's a mythic rare, and it's a 4/2, and it escapes for 2 red and 8 other cards. And when it escapes with a +1/+1 counter.
So I'm going to be real with you guys. I was rushing to prepare for this evening, so I'm a little, I don't know what you'd say, not extremely focused, but I have already done a sealed session of this on Arena, so hopefully I can do something that is not the worst drafting that I've ever done. I'm just going to start by separating things into colors, because that's easier.
I concur.
Oh my god, I forgot about these lands.
They're sick, and you got an island. Oh.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Showcase.
Got me a demigod. And I got me a...
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm seeing some red-green synergy in my first deck.
Sounds good. Ashiok's Erasure.
Spending $10 or $20.
Interesting blue instant speed interaction. I'll evaluate that card later, though.
That's the one that I want. That's awesome. Because it's
Oh, that's
for 3 times as much.
Oh, that's nice. I got a grade breaker in my hand.
Everything wants.
Yeah.
It makes escape creatures cost 1 less, as it turns out. That's really good.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm actually going to put my rares and uncommons in a pile.
Yeah, it seems like I think that's what I usually do as well, because it makes sense to just keep them to the side like that.
That way I know exactly where my...
Right, yep. The things that tend to be higher power level, for sure.
That's just really
I
good.
must have missed another one of my rares, not really paying attention.
No blue uncommons, no blue rares. Sad control player.
You don't get my cards.
It's okay. Your control's not that great and limited. Alright. Moving on.
Okay, I guess I've only opened 2 packs so far. That doesn't seem right. Guess we'll find that 3rd rare later.
I'm 2 packs deep. You 2 packs deep?
I think I'm on my 4th, actually.
Oh yeah, you are. There's gotta be a rare somewhere.
Yep, we'll find it later. All good. Gosh, I'm not excited about my creature distribution so far. Seems like we're probably going to be using black.
Multicolored.
Oh hey, a
What'd you
temple.
get? Oh, that's pretty good.
So it still got 2 packs to open, but it seems like I'm going to be leaning towards Rakdos probably. It's got a lot of my power in red and black. In fact, all of the rares that I have are red and black.
That's a pretty gnarly looking goat. Artwork on these cards are really good.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Let's see here. Prophecy. Protean Thaumaturge. That is a fun card to play. Too bad I probably won't be.
Right. Altar of the Pantheon. Your devotion to each color and each combination can increase by 1. So,
Oh, that seems like a good
up
one,
1
right?
and devotion up 1. If you control a demigod or legendary enchantment, you gain 1 life. Well, I got me a
And we do have a lot of
demigod.
blue cards on this side, so maybe I should be considering blue a little bit more strongly.
Is that Timber? That is Timber. Nice.
Acro and War, wow.
That is very good. I got me a Shadow Spear.
Hey,
That's going to fit nicely in all the colors. Alright, we're going for a forest in one of these last 2 packs so I can have one of each of these lands. Not gonna lie, I'd rather have a mountain where I
okay. So now I probably should have been doing this as I was sorting out. Like I said, I'm kind of rushing tonight. But try to get the creatures separated from the other types of spells, just so I get a good idea of what's actually viable. So obviously, if you don't have too many creatures in a color, it can be hard to justify going into that.
Oh, I got Gary. Gary. Great merchant. Last one. Nice. Galley of the Endless. Heavy service. Ah, that seems pretty good. Especially in those gruel colors.
Is that still a
Yeah, that's
sealed
a
pack?
yes, sir.
You don't need it.
No, I definitely don't. My gruel isn't done yet. I only got what 3 rares in these colors. I gotta have the guy. Hopefully, that'd make it
Hopefully,
nice.
indeed.
Right. I'm asking for a lot, though.
Let's see.
So far, I'm thinking my black is kind of stacked. I've seen a lot of keywords on some of these creatures in my black stack that are really good. Maybe Gruul is a trick. Oh, I got the other demigod of the red color too. Gruul is looking a little bit better. Destiny Spirit. Oh. Well, it's not the god, but it's another red creature. And it's Phoenix of the Ash, which is really good in this format.
Okay, fair warning. When my boss leaves, he's going to arm the alarm in the back of the store, and it's going to siren out here twice. Quick little siren chirp.
So are we registering these pools, or are we just building from them?
How do you mean?
Do I have a piece of paper to fill out?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, you just pick whatever you want. Because in between any match, you can choose to swap out any of your cards. Anything that you have from this draft is fair game.
How good are you actually? Late game finisher.
It's really a shame. I think I got a lot of good, or a good number of flying creatures in blue and white. So I'm gonna have to evaluate whether that's better than my Rakdos cards.
Well, this is definitely going in the deck.
Flying.
Soul Guide Lantern, when it enters the battlefield, target exile target card from the graveyard. Sack it, each opponent exiles the graveyard. Or sack it to draw a card. That sounds really good, especially with this escape mechanic. Enters the battlefield, scry 3/1 flyer or flying. We'll debate on you later. But the Altar of the Pantheon seems pretty.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that blue-white flyers is gonna be as viable for me today.
Top 7. Maybe a aura.
Swear to God, though. Oh, nope. I do have all 6 rares. Okay, that's good.
That makes tokens. That seems really good.
Yeah, back when he was 20 or whatever, 15 30.
Shaman artifact. Auras cost 4. Another piece of
Yeah, I'm gonna say white's my weakest pool. So we're just gonna set that off to the side.
Brett, Larry, you guys gotta consume the whole 40 minutes. Larry doesn't have problems. Because I don't want to find someone else.
I'm gonna start looking through my green to evaluate it. I'm not super familiar with these cards.
Brett, why are you looking at me?
Might have been color.
I'm literally just gonna read every
Enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets. That's good.
Curious Rise.
sack a creature, draw a card.
Of your instead, if you show a creature power 4 or greater, exile top card of your library. You may play that card and freeze.
Seems like the green creatures are a real miss. Hope that my black can be something solid here. We do have. I see that we have a couple duplicates, which could just mean like greater consistency if the cards are actually worth running. So these Underworld Chargers seem good. Having 2 of the Lampeds, which I thought we did. Maybe we don't.
A draining effect. I just sacrifice creatures. So black is these. Candy red.
Lamped is a sack outlet. Temple Thief, sneaking some damage early. Venomous Hierophant seems good for escape cards and for blocking big green creatures.
It's really funny.
Yeah?
Okay, every Omen of the Sea is good. Hexproof. That's a real card. Sacrifice it, draw 3 cards. I have not seen a bad one of those yet. Draw 3 cards, discard 2, unless you discard mention.
Sword of Bronze and Bronze.
So black, thankfully, is a strong core, it seems. We'll set our green cards over to the side for now. Take a look at our red cards.
I'm not a coward.
Other creatures you control have trample. Wow. Powerhouse common.
Yeah, those guys seem very good. So you got some goat synergy, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Like
want
a
to.
expensive fog set here. You get to scry too on top of it. That's kind of interesting. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard for anywhere to gain life. Know myself. Not a fan of that. It's better creature you control dies. That's a powerhouse. Wow, 2 dragons. That's just a sunset.
Red black.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
3 counters.
Do you have a minute?
4 for 4. That becomes a 7/7 for
I don't
7.
know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay, not bad. Draw a card. Trample.
Yeah.
So to justify the Manticore, we want more instant speed things. We can take a look at the Manticore in a second, right before we go into spells. Let's go for his Maze Warden.
That actually removes a artifact upon ETB. That is actually solid. 4 games. Oh, it's a Satyr keyword. Hold on. I think I have a rare in here that's Satyr friendly.
I wish I got.
Oh, I got a rare. Oh.
The only cool
Hello, Bomb.
constellation arrow.
Dude, I got.
Alright, so I think I have an archetype.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Let me check my Satyrs out real quick.
That's really cool. Does the other one stand?
Yeah, they're both stamped.
That's so funny.
We're sitting on one satyr from the red.
You cheater.
So, yeah.
Brought another one.
Each turn.
I palmed it. It was in my sleeve the whole time.
Well, I
2
would like.
damage.
I didn't run that now.
That I got too.
Second discard.
These colors just seem mediocre, and blue actually might be strong enough to do something with,
yeah.
specifically because we've got these
Oh, okay.
Witness of Tomorrows, and the Ashok's Eraser
I
seems
mean, that's cool too. Yeah.
seems good enough.
Okay, what's the
Wow, this actually has a
17 creatures or something like that.
lava coil aspect to it. 15 to 18. If a creature dealt damage by incendiary would die this turn, exile it.
Yeah, dude, I did put it on.
That's a solid conjure. Sacrifice.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's only 13 creatures.
Same thing as the treasure?
I don't know if I have cards that target these later, but we'll check it out. So cards like that. Alright, uncommons. Creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. What?
No, it just says make a gold token because it ran out of room.
Okay.
It's one of the
Okay.
You scared me. My pawn is too crazy.
It is. Add 1 mana. It's a Lotus card.
Definitely some strong red non-creature spells, which we are thankful for.
First spell for each during each opponent's turn. Can I even flash? That flashes? Only Mega Forge has flash. Sick. Zombie Merfolk.
Probably.
Which is bad for the top of the lever and your turn. That's really
What? 15 to 2. Not like because I had like a build. You want to get them up more? Yeah, you have them rough.
Wolflands. Oh, Satyr. So it looks like I'm gonna have a sacrificing theme between red and green. That's really good.
Getting an extra creatures or punish control. Really not sure what to think of the Storm's Wrath in the Rakdos sealed deck.
What's up?
Storm's Wrath. Just trying to consider whether or not it's worth actually having in here.
Best sleeves ever made.
Probably have the Perforos Intervention.
Choose your colors then. Well, thank you so much.
Take a look at our black non-creatures. Thank you.
Gracious.
Dude, that sucks. I really want to use this item.
What's your opinion on Thrill of Possibility?
So it's probably pretty good in limited.
Draw 2 cards?
Yeah.
This is a pretty solid pull for red-green. I don't think any of these other creatures or color schemes. I'm looking at black-blue just before my 20-minute marker, just so I can make sure I'm not missing something here, because Gravebreaker, tutoring things, who doesn't want to do that? Doesn't untap during the attack if you control a reflection. Enters the battlefield control.
Just real quick.
That's a pretty good human.
Just tell me. I have
A
13
human that
creatures.
makes a 3/2 reflection.
Would I have kill things that do damage?
So we're considering splashing blue at this point just to get enough creatures in here.
I could maybe splash white.
Let's see.
And also, especially like you don't have a lot of.
I think this is probably the best card of my pool.
The curve's very.
I think
low.
it's gonna carry me to a few
Like
wins.
there's not a lot of higher things.
Yeah, you want a little
It's
more
really
muscle.
good. Hopefully he has this.
Do you have anything white that you can splash?
Got that.
Do you also have any like artifact red fixers like a traveling or
I have one artifact and it's the sword.
In this case, we are gonna put the unknown shores in our deck because
Of any use?
I don't think I have
No, I just got that.
enough mana fix. I mean, I got one
worth it.
land that is considered tricky because it has both colors, but I don't have any ramp or anything of that nature other than this alter.
Yeah, probably.
I think
Well,
my mana scheme is pretty much just split between two colors. I don't know if I'm gonna add this on here. Filtering mana isn't really
I do. You're taking away from the ninja deck so that I can have
Alright, so
I'm like the Davy Jones from Magic cards.
You know what, man?
Yep.
I can splash a green if I'm doing creatures.
this is more difficult. So let's make it easier. No, that's
You could, but you have like what are the creatures though?
This is 22 cards. I have a feeling that it's not great though.
Yeah, but then you have to use it with the land that's
That's what I'm saying. Why did they make
This is our sacrifice theme. Just the battlefield.
That's just gonna be
All Low Strider allows us to do is just scry, but the
Same.
lamp head here lets us do stuff, but we cannot keep
digging deeper.
creating tokens very easily. The only way that we can do that with our card pool right now is by having a lot of cards in our graveyard to exile.
Well, if I stand corrected, I did find a piece of land, and it is called board. Alright, it's been decided red green are my colors. I feel like both showcase gods of these respective colors
Right, well that's
are probably a good call.
more muscle. It's true. But I don't have anything that's big and white either.
Yourself. You are big and white. This is true.
Considering the red one makes satyrs, which is the theme of my deck, and the green one makes +1/+1 counters for the creatures I have. The Phoenix is just too good not to play. Because it has fire breathing, which is pretty good. Uncounterable Phoenix is even better.
I'm splashing for the ox.
In this case, I think
What is that? It's
Trample is
hilarious.
five. Difference. 5-drop, 5 return. Damage.
Oh,
What?
I'm trying to resolve this tension in my deck where there's a little bit of a sacrifice theme, but then there's also a have large creatures thing. I think the way that I'm probably going to win is by having the larger creatures, and it's just I think it's going to be tough winning tonight.
So I'm not quite sure about this card. I'm thinking it's a late game bomb, considering it gives anything escape.
16 creatures in that.
You could. Well,
But it only lasts for one turn, so it has to be a good creature that I pull back. I suppose the demigods having escape are really good. And the satyr that doesn't have escape. That'd probably be better. That is a Minotaur that gets bigger. That fights people? What? That is too good. Alright, I think I'm at 23 now. Oh.
So I'm gonna take this dude out.
17, 18. Alright, well, you're definitely going. 19.
Definitely a heavier curve here.
Fun fact.
Probably the Maze Warden is awesome. Though maybe I'm under-evaluating its ability here. It really can swing in for a lot.
I don't know how I feel about fogs yet. I mean, 2 of them are fogs. I guess fog can win you the game, huh? When they're least expecting it, fog. Then you just swing back to kill them.
It doesn't seem very likely in a sealed limited environment. But it could.
It's a thing that has happened. I remember Crater Hoof days. Good old safe passage. Gracious Typhoon, 4/4/4.
Elspeth's Nightmare is probably not very good for us. Would probably rather have the Libation. Difficult to assess how useful it's going to be declaring the enchantment mode. Specifically because I'm not, I haven't studied the pool of cards very deeply, but hopefully it can be useful to us. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2.
This is like the closest thing to Leyline in this format, right? This lantern thing.
Seems like it.
If I'm gonna get one mechanic, I guess this would be the card to do it, huh?
That's the spirit. Righto.
Okay, worst case scenario, it says draw a card on it. We're gonna run it. Alright, here we go, guys. With our one mountain. Gosh, look at that island.
Problem is we don't have any card draw. None. That's really a big deal.
You're gonna splash blue for it?
I mean, this just scries. Doesn't even give me the card draws.
Actually. You don't have 8 box opals, do you?
It goes and goes. Which time do I got? 13 minutes? Good.
Yeah, they're not gonna drop this yet.
We'll find out.
Didn't really get much card draw in any color. A little bit with blue, but it's not worth going into or committing to even more. So, are we fast enough? If I add anything at this point, it's probably going to be lower costed spells, combat tricks. The Satyr's Cunning I want to run, but I just don't think it's very good. Even with the sack outlets.
Right. What's your multicolored card under there?
It's red-green. I'm not really considering it because I don't think green is very strong in my pool. So we could consider. Let's see.
These are so freaking
Come on, you ox. Get on out.
Never mind.
It's pretty menacing. Hopefully it leads me to victory. Not gonna lie, if I seen this as the first thing coming,
Dude, I put
that'd probably be an issue. Trample and life.
This place is Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I mean, I've never actually played. I used to watch the cartoon.
I tried to play in middle school. Then I got pissed off at it and quit.
I think the problem was that I played Magic first. And so every time I tried to play or watch people play, I compare it in my head.
Yeah.
See, don't worry. I started with Yu-Gi-Oh. It's literally no different.
Yeah.
Magic is just better. Yu-Gi-Oh got annoying when they start adding the effects.
That's kind of how I felt. I was like, this is really similar. I think Magic's better.
I started on Pokemon.
Okay.
I
Still have not learned yet.
Really?
I want to learn so bad. It looks
pretty fun.
Yeah, it's good.
I literally stopped at a very young age, and then I got into Magic.
The newer ones are just like stronger, so like try to play with like the deck that I made when I was like 10.
And they're just like,
I got smoked. No. I'm gonna tell everyone around here to steal your stuff.
oh, you got that ox too? Hey. This is what I'm really happy about. I got both of them guys in showcase for my colors.
Oh my gosh, man.
I was just like,
It's pretty cool.
and then the land to back them up. I think this pool is stacked for sure. It came with the Phoenix and like just entirely too much for regular. It's I'm gonna have hopefully quick and easy matches
You wanna fight?
so that I can go buy snacks from Matt.
Right, yeah.
I'm better off taking that money out
Bad of it.
Trampling, hasting, 6/4s. I can sense it. It just sounds.
You figure, okay, you're going to get 36 rare or mega rare.
Dude, I always gotta play some Tizzers.
How does that help me know better?
It's not, but if you like cracking packs, dude, like I do.
I know, and I'm sick. I promised my wife I wasn't going to come home with one. And I think if I break that promise, she might not let me come back tomorrow.
So yeah, that's how you pull the mythic rare.
That's why but that's why you buy the box on the last day.
Exactly. So if I'm going to get sick with it, I'll just...
Right.
23. I feel like I'm cutting myself short. I kind of want to play 24 spells. I have 2 1 spells.
And I just don't have the... can't support it.
Well, yeah, I don't have the mana fixing or really.
And I was like, I really want to, but I don't play that often. And I use
Well, I got the blue saga.
You're telling me.
When you create the 8/8s, and I was like,
15. Alright, I'm 2 creatures.
oh,
short.
nice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I got that concentration air boost, so I was like, I gotta run that with the Gray Merchant. And
Looking at blue, I'm starting to have a little more faith in it. So we've got a little bit of time left. I'm just going to try
good white cards.
looking at some of these
Ooh,
creatures.
that's gonna be big.
Because part of it's that we've got so many enchantment creatures. Blue would give us a little bit more card advantage. And then we've got a Brine Giant, which is the beefiest card that we have. So, along with some of the control cards that blue would give us, it might be worth using instead of black.
That's true.
I really probably should run this. That is the best
perfect.
creature of the few, but I just want to play a bear
So badly.
so badly because I've lost many games to turn 2 bear and no response for the rest of the game and just lose because either mana fixing or just not having the appropriate colors or having a bear to counteract it. Just the tempo. I almost want to add both just off the strength.
Yeah.
Additional creatures. I have card draw. It seems. It's not even bad. Yeah, one of them is in the wheel.
No peeking.
I won't peek. I promise.
Just got so many enchantments in blue.
What was that? Jeez.
What do you actually do? I know you're doing your devotion to flag, your toughness, exile up to 2 cards from the graveyard, gain life for each creature exiled this way. Sir, I wish you would open that in. Because that would have been useful. I'm gonna grab me some first.
Okay, so black gives us access to probably more consistent and stronger creatures when compared to blue. But blue gives us interaction. We've got creatures with a lot of toughness, and then flyers as well. Plus these brine giants will eventually be able to come down. Since we've got 2 of them, it seems like a pretty consistent thing.
I wish. I didn't get anything really.
So we'll probably maybe splash black, but try to stick to blue and red. Hopefully that's not a mistake. If it is, I've swapped colors between rounds before.
You never know. Actually, now that I'm looking at your blue, sir, that could just win you the game. Turns out, they can't get rid of that.
You just lose too late.
It catches stuff.
You can escape.
Yeah, I mean it's 1 counter spell, and then if they remove it, they just get it back. You know,
Goes to their hand, right?
it'll go back to their hand. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I guess that's
Spinner.
but it exiles target spell anyway, so it's essentially a counter spell, but they can probably get the thing back eventually. Because I expect there's going to be a lot of green, because green seems pretty good. I haven't.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think I'm playing green. I don't see that much removal for it, other than like actually sideboard removal. So in the early game or first game, that could actually.
I have to imagine that any green player that gets enchantment removal is going to run it.
I didn't get that, so that's fair.
3-1.
I kind of want to just play this, just because of how good it is by itself. I don't play white in this deck though. It's just sad.
I know.
I really want to play this card.
So who's all coming
You
up?
definitely got to start with this card.
Not Ryan? No. I don't think so.
Let's stay. Dreamstalker Manticore is going to be in there. The Revelers are interesting.
Bring out.
Now the Maze Warden is definitely gone. Glad to get rid of him.
Whenever I cast the first spell on your
And yeah, we do have, strong instant stuff. And we can still play our strong red non-creature spells. I feel a lot more confident about this situation. And then Echo and War. What do we have right now? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 23 right there. So we can look through really quick our colors. So we've got Perf versus Intervention.
Is that a damage spell?
It is damage or it makes a big elemental with trample.
Gonna bring out the Triton
Which seems like it
Windrider.
could be a good closer.
Yeah.
Control, it gains flank on a turn.
You got things that make it cost less?
No, because it's a sorcery speed.
He's the same.
So this is definitely not it. That's definitely not it. Temple of Malice is not it. Take a look at some of the blue control stuff that we have. We're not going to mill, so that's not it. Sleep of the Dead seems like it's possible. We're not doing black anymore.
Ooh, that's messed up.
Satyr's Cunning is still not good enough. Storm's Wrath is possible. Hero of the Games. What do we have for targets?
I love every time I go shopping, this dude has to remark on the fact that he's like, black on black.
Hey Garrison, do auras target? Or do they? Is enchant just?
It's technically
Auras are enchantments, so yeah, as you cast that, you have to target a creature.
I have to target my own creature.
Well, you have to target a creature.
Or sure, of course. But it's when I enchant a creature, I am targeting that creature.
It triggers this, right?
So I Blood Moon turn 1.
Whenever you cast a spell that targets your
Creature should.
yes.
Double check what's that.
It was turn 1 too. I was like, oh.
Here the games could potentially be very strong, especially since we have escape
Yeah, I know.
velocity,
I was
which
like,
just
that's what this deck's supposed to do. I'm
it
sorry if you're
further pairs with all the rest of our cards.
right. Exactly.
Instant speed, enchantments seems pretty good.
And the other day, I know I'm gonna get my face handed, but
It's about having fun, man.
That is what we like to hear.
People getting upset about that.
That's good.
people that
I didn't know Prerelease Saga was
take
interesting.
themselves
Too serious.
they don't, it's not just
But like, granted, a Grand Prix has a lot of money.
Other news.
yeah, and I can understand.
But at the same time,
So I think this puts us one card over.
still have the opportunity to like win out. Right.
Protean Thaumaturge is probably not the thing that we want. No. We'll keep it because it's fun, and we like fun
I actually
things.
played the
I'm gonna
mirror.
sack him.
Lionfish is neat. The Revelers are probably
Like a weird deck. And so we both
irrelevant.
turn 1 Blood Moon each other.
Uh-huh.
And we sat there and stalled out the game. And it got to one point where like we really couldn't do anything. And he calls the judge.
Possibly
for me
good
to
tech.
land.
I'll keep one in the sideboard.
And I was like, dude,
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
like you know
11,
we're not doing anything.
12, 13,
Like, what do you
14,
mean
15,
delayed
16,
tech?
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
So I was like, all right, I'll just pass.
I am okay not running. Intervention, probably.
I was like, Pat,
We can swap it in later.
turns later.
Escape velocity, I think, still might be something.
During all this. Oh, this is bad.
Particularly just because we can make it
So 3 in the air.
come in so cheap. Since escape is a casting cost, I believe. I believe it's discounted by the Naiad of the Hidden Coves. Not totally sure about that. The Sea Guards don't do anything except they're big butts.
I can play yours.
So maybe that's good enough, especially since I can buff them up with the Erois Blessings
Whenever he
and the escape velocity, honestly. I just need to figure out what I'm taking out of here.
Exile tap to close my library, choose
I don't know, man.
until the end
You got
of
enough
next turn.
big butts to just run with the curve. I think if you throw the additional big butt in there as opposed to
Well, this has got a lot of power. That's not defending against anything. That would be closing out the game.
right. So if you make a creature that's bigger than your biggest boy,
5, 6. Take 6.
which at 5/6 makes it a 6/7, 6/6.
Nope, it's got 1 toughness, and it's sacrificed at the end step.
Does it have trample?
These will be
Yes.
50-minute rounds.
So it's specifically a game closer.
Yeah.
There cannot be a draw. These will be sudden death rounds. So if you go to time,
Gonna close out this. So long, guys.
Bye.